Now gather round, ye people, and I'll sing to you a verse of heroes and adventure, both dramatic and diverse, but mostly of a man whom banks and husbands would both curse, a man who you could argue really only made things worse. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, but always finding trouble. A kind victim of circumstance, a man of noble deeds, a fierce yet gentle lover who can satisfy your needs, a gentleman of fortune, spreading cheer and spreading seed, and pissing off some folks that he would better off appease. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware that he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Now Greg, he was a slippery bastard, devious and sly, thought nothing of betrayal, doing theft and telling lies. He owes a lot of money down in Little Tiggle-Eye, and his shadow's soul and lungs are owned by various evil guys. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and trying to fool a dragon. Cause Greg, he likes to gamble, likes to fuck and likes to drink, and cards and dick and alcohol have brought him to the brink. If enemies and friends alike he's able to hoodwink, then maybe he can make it through without going extinct. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware that he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Greg was at his lowest ebb, he thought that he was done, wandering through the sewers soaked in shit and piss and cum. But listen when I tell you, for you must remember this: no matter how bad things appear, always bet on Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. He's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Now gather round, ye people, and I'll sing to you a verse of heroes and adventure, both dramatic and diverse, but mostly of a man whom banks and husbands would both curse, a man who you could argue really only made things worse. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, but always finding trouble. A kind victim of circumstance, a man of noble deeds, a fierce yet gentle lover who can satisfy your needs, a gentleman of fortune, spreading cheer and spreading seed, and pissing off some folks that he would better off appease. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware that he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, or so it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Now Greg, he was a slippery bastard, devious and sly, thought nothing of betrayal, doing theft and telling lies. He owes a lot of money down in Little Tiggle-Eye, and his shadow, soul and lungs are owned by various evil guys. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and trying to fool a dragon. 'Cause Greg, he likes to gamble, likes to fuck and likes to drink, and cards and dick and alcohol have brought him to the brink. If enemies and friends alike he's able to hoodwink, then maybe he can make it through without going extinct. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware that he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Greg was at his lowest ebb, he thought that he was done, wandering through the sewers soaked in shit and piss and cum. But listen when I tell you, for you must remember this: no matter how bad things appear, always bet on Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. He's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss.
Yeah.
So, hey, leave that camera on there. Hey,
All right.
sorry
How's
about
it
the
going?
delay. It's been.
No.
I have
No
stories.
worries.
Don't we all?
Stories. So the most recent one and therefore the most relevant is 12-hour shifts, and I got one tomorrow in. I don't know, like what? What's the math? The math ain't mathing in my head. I'm a little burned out.
Yeah, that's okay.
4, 9, so 8.5 hours.
Fun.
Yep. Back-to-back 12-hour shifts. No bueno.
No.
Yeah, no.
I remember those days.
Yeah, and here's the thing too: is like, so with my pay schedule, I would actually get paid extra for this, right? Especially tomorrow, it's like a 12-hour day on top of everything else, right? Except coming straight out of vacation, which was the roughest time camping I've ever had. Again, stories. I don't want to delay us too much here. I find out partially through when I finally get a signal in the hills that I was visiting, like I told you. My grandfather died, so I had I had viewings and funeral to attend to Monday and Tuesday. So they let me. They're nice enough. I got to take that time, but that means that like all these 12-hour shifts, just I'm basically just making up time then.
Up for it.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like, of course. Fun.
That's unfortunate.
Oh my
Sorry
god.
to hear about your grandfather.
Thank you. No, it was, But sorry for the delay.
No worries. I'm having trouble even loading into Foundry right now. It's just loading the world and then stopping. And
there are issues everywhere this week.
yeah.
So let me regale you with the hills of West Virginia. So they're a bit faded at this point, but you see all these little dots, right?
Oh yeah, mosquitoes.
I have never been so bitten ever camping. It literally looked like I had really bad chicken pox all over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very thankful that the last recorded case of Zika was in 2017 in this country, because I would be very concerned otherwise. Yeah, it was wild.
Did Country
No
Roads
bears,
come home?
They did, yes. Yeah, one can say that. They took me home, and I regretted ever leaving.
How long have you been holding that one in, Connor?
Since he mentioned where he went,
I mean, it's hilarious though. You go down, and there's always guaranteed some guy brings his guitar somewhere. Like the campground, it's a privately owned campground. And it's like split up into 4 sections. It doesn't matter which section it is. It's guaranteed there'll be at least some guy on his guitar, and inevitably, Country Roads, and everyone. As soon as you hear it, everyone's just like, "Yeah, fuck it, bring me home." Like wherever you are.
How could you not?
How could you not?
It's a banger.
Oh, it is. I mean, life is old, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing in the breeze. I love how accurate that is. Actually, it cracks me up. Especially because, again, the Appalachian Mountains. They are literally older than life. I love that.
That's why they're hills, is because they're so fucking nice.
Yeah, they're ground down. It's insane. I love it.
Let's see if trying to log in on a different browser will let me.
It's the browser version that you can't connect to?
Yep. Because it's the Forge.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe try incognito mode? Maybe it's something with your cache?
Maybe.
Caches can be funny.
When in doubt, that's normally my first
How
step.
do
Is
you
like, okay.
clear cache in...
Control Shift R. Wait. You're not on Chrome, are you?
No.
I'm not sure. Might be the same.
Navigate to history, clear browsing data. Oh, and I spelled cache with an S-C-H-E.
S-C-H-E? That's...
Yep. Control Shift Delete on
Opera.
Opera. Okay, there. Cleared. Oh, now I have to, because I logged in on Opera GX. Now it's like, oh hey, now I don't like you. There we go. Log in again. Let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. Sign
I know
in.
that feeling.
Oh, and now because of the cache.
Also,
Have to put in your passwords again.
also just out of nowhere, screw Microsoft.
I mean, agreed, but why in this
Oh.
case?
Why right now?
So you know how Microsoft has its own like version of SQL that they like, and they're like, use ours because we're Microsoft, right?
MS
You know what
SQL?
they did that I didn't realize? Because like I'm relatively new to this company. They use some Microsoft there's different databases all over. Some of them are Microsoft, and so for Microsoft Server Manager, they removed 2 versions ago the built-in debugger for like stored procedures. They're like, it's too much to maintain in 2 places, so use the one in Visual Code or Visual Studio. And I'm just like, yes, I will do that in the company that does not have any Visual Studio licensed. Thank you, Microsoft.
Do you need a license for Visual Studio Code?
Not for code, but for
For the regular Visual Studio. Okay.
it depends. Like in a company, like it's different. Like it gets funny if you're a company. Depends on
Commercial licensing.
commercial
agreements.
license
Yay.
bullshit. Yeah, I mean privately, yeah, I could get it, but could I legally use that to work on the company stuff? I'm not quite sure, and that's not a line I want to cross.
We use
So,
it in our
that's-
company, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
if we have licenses. So
Like I said, so it might be. I mean, maybe we'll be able to use it. But the point is, though, nobody's set it up yet, right? If I can use it, like no one's investigated it, no one's set up if I can, which I could do in all my spare time. But even if that's the case, I'd still have to clear it through Cyber and go through all the hoops to be able to
Yeah.
install it where I need to use it. I'm just like,
Motherfucker, I have better things to do.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Hi
much.
there,
VS Code is
Diana.
free for private and commercial use.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the
Pass it along.
the house chat, the OC chat, but I'm having trouble logging into the world in Foundry.
Yeah,
as you
I'm
can
sorry,
see, the
real
game
world invade.
the game screen, the player screen, logged in fine. It took 2 seconds. The game master is just downloading world data. Please wait.
As one does.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think something I can do is a little bit of a previously on and maybe some until I can get in some
theater of the mind.
theater of the mind. Yeah. Let's go not to the Forge, but let's go to PF2E and then Nexus. And then my library and find ghouls. Yes, tech not working is the worst. But
Amen. Amen.
it's about 15 minutes late to this, but welcome back to Magic Mushrooms Mead. This is episode, assuming we can get it going, episode 67, Parades. Type in ghouls. Previously on, we had a bit of a shopping episode, and then the group got called in to check in at, or not called in, they took their appointment at the great, I think it's called the Alcazar in the center of the city, the giant black pyramid. Cinerarium, that's what it's called. Look at that. Got another GM running But you probably haven't gotten it. You haven't gotten this far, but still.
Not even remotely. I just have it on my screen.
You just have it on your screen, so you get to read it, and I can't because it's so tiny on my screen that actually has it up. So they went there and met with the one of. Oh, hey, look at that! It finally loaded in. Yes, I know how to use that. Yes, okay. I'm not on 13, so that doesn't matter. And yeah, okay. Forge API, rate monitor. Piss off. Well, templates. Yeah, okay. Don't show again. Oh, this is because of the friggin' clearing my cache, so everything is going again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Don't
gonna
show
happen.
again. I'm gonna ignore the saved settings because I don't want to reload again. Tech has resumed working now. Yes, Diana. Thanks for checking. Yes, it has. I do not need the players. Why is players? Everything is all messed up. Still, but there, I can unpause here. So, yes, they met with a mummified bureaucrat who told them all about. Well, didn't tell them all about, but told them that, hey, you're newly minted bloodlords, and in order to meet with Geb, even though you were called here to meet with him, you have to throw a parade. Now, no, I don't want to go into that. I want to go into here and into Ghoul's Hunger.
To be clear, are we properly bloodlords now? Did I miss that?
Yes.
You're not entirely sure. She just called you bloodlords, and that was it.
I
So
thought this was like still part of their rights or something.
it kind of is. Dazan Dazul
Dijon
is
must-
the person. Yes, Dazan Dazul. She looks like that, and yeah. So you have been told it's a processional, not a well, technically a parade, but they call it a processional.
They sound like those preppy kids in high school.
Yeah.
They look like it too.
And then she just shoos you out of her office.
Sounds good.
You have a few days to prepare and then put the processional on the day of the new moon.
Remind me, for the processional, were we told to make like a float? What were we told to do for that?
So when she showed you, she took you out onto the balcony and showed you other ones that are going right now. There were all sorts. There were floats. There were ones that were just a bunch of dancers, sort of carnival kind of thing, all sorts.
Okay. But we're gonna be walking around and trying to make a big show of ourselves.
Yes. You'll be going through the city and trying to be the best one.
Do we know how long it's gonna last?
It's gonna last as long as it needs to, as long as you run it and that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I wasn't sure if, because Lyra can make herself big for a little bit. I could be the float.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be long enough for the entire thing, sadly. I think it's only 10 minutes.
So I have
5 minutes.
here in
Can our Shadowmance move? Or our gingerbread house, can it move?
No.
Can't pop wheels on those bad boys?
You could, but it's very big.
Let's see.
Okay, so yeah. You have 4 days to work on this.
Okay.
4 days.
And
Mamanga,
yeah.
you're the crafter. What's
Oh.
your inspiration here?
This is all you know. You can try to find out what you might need, but
All right.
or
some
you can
sort of
just wing it.
professional- I mean, we're gonna need. We need some sort of some.
We need a theme.
Yeah. Well. Even before. Well, yes, we need a theme, but we're gonna need some sort of platform to pull this on. I imagine we can use one of our wagons if we absolutely had to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. Shit. Yeah, I guess
You
a
have
theme, and then after that, yeah, theme.
If
What do
someone
we
wants to roll like society or something like that, you can,
That is an excellent
or you can try and find someone who knows. She shooed you out, so you're not going to get anything from her. But there are a lot of people in this city. It's a metropolis.
You said we saw some of the other processionals, right?
Yeah, you did see them.
What did they look like?
Well, there were floats, there were revelers, there was all sorts.
Was it fairly ghoulish, or was it?
They were a few different
wide
themes.
range.
There were some that were like celebrating undead, some that were celebrating various special figures like Pharasma, or not Pharasma, Urgathoa and Geb and all sorts of like that.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
how
Go and hire a bunch of homeless people.
I mean, You know.
I mean, yeah.
Who else
have
has
the
animals?
money. Yeah, I mean, we could hire a bunch of homeless people. What's our theme gonna be? Are we gonna try to be like colorful, or are we gonna try to be like, standard bloodlord extravagance?
yeah, make some sort of statement of some sort.
Go for power.
Power. Well, I think displaying power. I mean, we want to do that regardless, right?
I vote fireworks.
I forget. Did we create any more dinosaurs, or is still just the one?
I think we just did the one.
Just the one that John has, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I made any other ones. Or did I make one for Pat? No.
I don't
I'm trying to remember.
think so.
I don't recall.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
He
There's
doesn't have one.
just such a flurry of crafting last time. I don't remember.
Oh, he's got. He doesn't
Yeah, I
turn
don't-
off its mythic time, so he does have quite a few mythic rolls. That was gonna be a 24 if I had rolled something for him,
That's
and it turned into a 3.
Well, I don't think we do a god specific one. I think that's out.
unless we wanted to really draw attention. I think what was that? I was looking for a handout. There was that one we just heard about. Oh,
Urgathoa?
There's a something you're talking about, Erasni?
Yeah, Razni. And it sounded like she would not possibly get along with Geb.
The
So I
one
don't
that
know.
doesn't like being worshipped?
The one that
Yes.
doesn't like being worshipped. The one
Yes.
that was
I'm about to pause all
the
this
Lich
right now.
Queen who was who escaped her bonds as the forced queen of this country.
Yes.
That would
I'm just saying.
be...
That would be a statement.
That would be
I
a
feel like
statement
we
for
would not
sure.
be making any friends with that. We wouldn't be making friends with her, and we wouldn't be making friends with the rest of Gab.
Exactly. Put yourself in the worst possible situation, so your brain has to be forced to think of a way out of it.
Well, there's also... We're still trying to stop Kemnebi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need a way to get in the same room as him to do that. I don't know if there's anything here we can do to get in his graces.
You don't really know much about him.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hiccups.
I would roll society,
So-
but my society is +0.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Fester's
try.
is Fester's
Festus is a 3,
not
and
doing
you
great
rolled a
with
2. Okay, yes. You rolled that
Sorry,
as mythic.
Oh, I did? No, we don't want that.
Yes.
Hold on. I thought I had that turned off.
That was
what?
a 4.
What the heck? Yeah. Yeah, that's not right.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I rolled
natural 1.
Alright,
Actually-
alright. I'll give it a go. I can't be the worst one here.
Join me. Join me.
So,
Okay,
yeah, so
okay. I'll use one of my
My-
mythic
Mine
points.
should be a
God.
21.
Yours should be a 21? Okay, so
Yeah,
that's...
I have a pretty decent bonus.
Yeah, that's enough to know
No, I won't use it.
that you are looking for a theme, an exhibit, some pageantry, and revelers.
Okay. So we could hire some hobos to be our
Yeah,
riders.
you could
Yeah.
hire some hobos to be the revelers.
They'd probably do it cheap too, price it down
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically you'd be spending a day for each of them. Each of you can roll once on each thing to try to get what we're going to call preparation points.
Okay, cool. So, who
And
wants
I'm
to-
going
Who wants to roll
So,
for what?
Quickly,
call
just because
PP for short.
yeah, PP.
to
I love it.
Yep.
Quickly, because I forgot about this until now. Wasn't the Gast Yolthric from the Iron Maiden land? Wasn't he looking to hear back from someone in Mekatar?
He
Cortash
was.
Kane in my notes.
Cortash
Were we
Kane,
supposed
yeah.
to go reach out to someone for him? I forget if we were.
No, I don't believe you were supposed to reach out, but
Cool.
that's you asked him about it. I think you might have wanted to let him know if you can find him, but you're not. You haven't been able to in the month that you've been here.
Sounds good.
Okay, so where do we want to start? And yeah.
Let's see. Weir's not really good
So-
at any of these things. Society,
And-
diplomacy, or any of that. So.
I'm not terrible at Momonga's got where's
So let's
yeah,
say
okay.
which which of the four do you want to start with? Because I can give you examples, and then if there's something else that you think you could use instead, you can just give me an idea of what it is, and we can I can decide if maybe that would work instead.
Lyra could be one of our dancers. She could be like an acrobatics, some sort of, Cirque du Soleil shit.
Yeah,
We
or
wanna go
doing the rave that she did to win over Melody on the Wind.
Yeah.
I can do some breakdancing.
That'd be good.
But that needs to fit our theme if we're gonna do that. I'm not saying we have to.
It's not a bad idea.
What about you two? What can you two do during the?
Momonga has old man energy, and he just wants to sit down.
Can you shoot? Can someone? John, you could shoot some fire into the sky for like fireworks.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I could.
Momonga, you used to be able to do that, but now you can't.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe once upon a time, right? That
I could lend you my my fireball for a bit.
Yeah,
It's a one-time use, but.
Yeah. Let's see, what else?
So, how about we start with a theme?
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
so she called us bloodlords. So if we want to play into that, like we are bloodlords.
So, these are the suggested ones. Let me remove the DCs so that you don't know, but these are the suggested ways, and then if you've got something else that you think might work, can look at it. Just so you know, Fester's got a 23 in religion.
I'm bad at all of these. Would I be able to use my warfare lore for something here?
Yeah.
Warfare, yeah.
If we're trying to look powerful, maybe we want to some sort of warlike procession.
You do know that there is the long-standing Cold War between Geb and Nex.
So we could be super patriotic.
Yeah.
We have 10 flags, guys, and we're not gonna let them forget it. Okay, yeah, I'll try to think of a theme using my warfare lore.
Sure.
You guys can try to think of one using whatever.
I got something that might dovetail with that would be if Momonga tries to dovetail into like something with Geb's like history, right? So you got like Geb's like warfare that they're like ongoing, then like dovetail that with their history.
Yeah.
Try that. Be all patriotic. Right?
So history would be society. I don't have a
yeah.
button for lore, but I do have for society and religion.
Click too fast. There, I'll click it again. Oh, big
Okay.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Not working. Okay, so yes, that is a bit of a hard one. I would need. I'm gonna drag Fester onto the scene so that I can do this as Fester.
What about you, John? What sort of theme do you think we should do?
Okay.
Do we have any of the? We don't really have any shit from the camps that we named in the south, right?
You have the body of an Azata, a Celestial.
Fucking put that on display.
We could do that.
That's a great idea.
like showing our ability to kill what effectively is a holy entity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to
That
mention we did drain her blood too, so she's all accentuated.
Yeah.
E-
I love it.
I vote we display that in some way.
I like it.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think that might work with?
I mean, I think that kind of blends in with like patriotism. Like, hey, look what we've defeated.
Yeah. He doesn't have that sort of lore though. Does have society, which
Zeitgeist, maybe?
yeah, kind of zeitgeist. Yeah, so you could drop in a society. Oh, and I dropped it as Fester, but whatever.
Oh, you like that's for me to roll?
Yes.
It was your idea. Hey, very nice.
Nice.
Very
We roll a
nice.
1 and then we roll a 20.
Yep.
The duality of
dice.
John.
The dice
True.
giveth and they taketh away.
Or they taketh and then giveth.
They giveth. It's all the same thing.
So
Yoink
for the
and they yeet.
For the first day, you spend a lot of time thinking about the best themes. Fester, and especially with that Azata body, John, you think of the best themes. Mamanga and Alira, not quite as much, but not bad enough to make things worse. And
Among just
then,
ate Yep too much.
so this is actually where you would be able to do something for or with that body. I'd say you could use nature or survival.
What about crafting?
I
Making an
mean,
abomination.
if you want to use crafting, I was thinking
Well,
for
I'm just saying-
John, but yeah, you could use crafting
I'm
on
just
it
saying,
as well.
It's a team effort. Would all help, right? And if we're gonna like maybe make it into a little bit of an automaton, like a little movie, like wave the arm. I don't know.
Yeah, I
saying.
mean, if John wants to help, I can count that as part of it. There we go. Now the chat log's shown up. If John wants to help, you could roll nature. I think is better for you than crafting,
Yeah.
unless you
Well,
want to do your own separately.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump on you.
No.
I was just excited.
Well, I mean, I would 100% be asking Momonga to help if we're trying to turn this into a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could roll a nature check as a help action. So if you succeed, then that's going to give a +1 to Momonga. If you critically succeed, it's going to be a +2.
Sure. Oh my god.
Oh, critically you
Hey.
fail is a -1.
I might have ripped off some toes.
Didn't need those anyway. A little distracting, but didn't need those.
So
Am I able
when
to help as well, or it's just one roll?
I think it's one person can
Okay.
help.
good.
So Momonga, when the roll dialogue opens, do a -1 bonus
Sure.
or penalty. That is.
Gotcha. I mean, it's just a negative bonus.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. And circumstance.
We can't have it looking too good. I mean, this is
Yeah.
the enemy.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
She should look a little banged up.
Plus, and then I should be able to. Where's the minus?
It is underneath where it says you're trained, there's a modifier. Just put in -1 in that center one, and then click add, and it'll add the -1.
Oh,
My name it.
I misread the tool, like the little tooltip. I thought it was going to be filled. I was like, why can't I get the +1 to go away? Why? That shows you where my brain.
Hey.
Even so, you get a critical success. And
I'm good at like 2 things.
Yeah.
One of them.
So trying to think, what do you guys think that Fester would do? As part of...
I know exactly what he'd do. He would either A, once like he would contribute to the like once we're on the road, and it would be either A, grabbing the butt of the statue, the puppet we just made, dancing with the statue, or humping it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? He would definitely make it something less PG-13.
Yeah. Okay, talking to the GM here, would you call that intimidation or diplomacy?
Oh, he'd 100% be trying to use intimidation on that.
It's the same. It's just I wanted to.
It would be an intimidation to the crowd of yelling at them, being, "Look at what we've done! Look at how strong we are!
That is exactly.
We are the best. We are the best." That is 100% what he would be doing.
I hope he watches this clip, because that is 100% what he'd do.
Somebody clip this. Okay, and he does have Entreat with Forebears, which gives him a bonus, and that is a success.
Dude has
and
4 bears?
Yes, because he's a sorcerer. And then Lyra, how would you contribute to the exhibit?
I think Lyra would... I'm gonna say Lyra's gonna try to rough up the statue a bit, just to make it look more beaten, and yeah.
Okay.
That's all Lyra's really good at.
Yeah.
Either I could
Hitting
use
things.
medicine to make it like last longer and therefore not decay, or I could, beat it up.
I would say... I mean, I'd say you could do the better of an attack roll or medicine.
I don't know which is better, but let's just do medicine, because let's try to make it so it doesn't fall apart, because this is a decaying body.
Yeah, that's true. It's been decaying for about a month and a half, so 2 months.
I think my manga's been doing something to it, if I recall.
Yeah, I was doing things off and onto it, so it's not quite as decayed as it could be, but there were times that maintenance didn't happen, so it's still a bit decayed.
Yeah. Alright, so that is a failure.
Spell sponsors, let's go.
Okay, next is pageantry. And let's get rid of these. I don't think I got rid of the DCs when I pasted the last one, but whatever.
I don't see them, so I think you did.
Okay. Alright. So, creating costumes and accessories for any of the participants to be carrying or wearing. And with Fester's stuff, he's definitely going with deception, because that's his best out of those. And he fails. But anything else you guys would like to do?
I mean...
Actually, now that I think about it, he's got...
Would I be able to substitute
appears.
performance for acrobatics and do like choreographed maneuvers around as we're going through the procession?
Yeah, most definitely.
Sick. I will do that then.
Oh, yeah.
Roll up, down.
And I have a feeling there's going to be a crafting roll coming up.
No, actually, I was considering either one, just being like, we're all kitted out in pretty fancy, like it's not like highborn stuff, but we're carrying a lot of magic, and we look like adventurers, look pretty cool. Mamanga has a mask, that's like sort of
that's
up.
true.
Consider just tilting it down, wearing that, or I was thinking, I don't know if we want to be able to, that, or when else would I use this Trickster's Feather spell? Because that sounds fun too.
Trickster's Feather.
Yeah. Come back to me in a moment. I gotta decide what he'd want to do with this. If he'd want to be known, known or not known. But just there's the description if you want to look it over. And we'll talk.
Place one onto your hair or cap. Same body shape, roughly similar height as yourself. Okay, basically illusory disguise. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, why not? He will use that, and he'll use the one of the feathers to make himself look like not much different, same ancestry, same gender, all that. Not even really clothes much, if at all. But he'll just look like how he looked when he was alive.
How did you get a mythic spell? Did I make that available
you did.
for you to?
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Okay,
You did.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, I do not remember. I've had it for a while now, and I don't. I just remember at the time it was one of the ones that you made. It was not from Level Up. It was out of something, and I don't remember.
It was one of the books. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. I obviously didn't look, but that's okay. That's okay.
I didn't cheat. Yeah, I didn't do it. I took what you gave me, GM.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I didn't realize that I had given you a mythic spell, but that's perfectly fine because you are mythic. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll use that.
Yeah. I don't think you need a roll then to get a regular success. If you want to use impersonate to do a deception check, you could possibly get a critical success.
Sure.
If your deception is high enough to crit.
Okay.
Or
so
you roll a 20.
Yeah. Alright, so deception, because rolling's fun, and there's impersonate. Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, yeah, you crit. I did not know your deception was so freaking high. Holy shit.
I never use it. I never use it.
You need to faint and stuff more.
Time.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
And John, what about you?
Sorry, I was reading a different spell. What?
For the pageantry.
Oh, okay.
Crafting, deception, performance, or something else that you can think of.
Like, what are you doing during the procession and stuff?
Oh, you were gonna do fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also who's? Can I convince someone also to purposefully fail a check?
To purposely fail a check? I'm sure you could.
Lyra, I'm just gonna look
What's
at
up?
you like, when we're on the floats, I'm gonna cast a spell on you, and you're gonna feel like the center of goddamn attention.
Okay.
You're gonna emanate flames, and you're gonna have the biggest of egos. And
What
just
else?
trust me. Just trust me when I cast this on you, and buy into it.
Okay. Is it okay if I fly up into the sky while this happens? Or is that not helpful?
It doesn't matter.
I feel like that's
Okay.
more center of attention, that's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lay into it.
I was planning for my big finisher, fly up into the sky and use my like electric wrong monk's wrap.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it should coordinate with that or if it should be
No,
some
no, no.
other time.
When so as I'm reading this,
Yeah.
if you crit fail it, basically you have to spend. Normally it's like a debuff to an enemy, because they have to spend at least 2 actions on their turn taunting of a display of overconfidence or arrogance. So,
Okay.
but in this case, I think it works to our benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are going to be like shedding bright light and flames, and just being a boss.
That sounds sick to me.
That sounds really sick.
Very cool.
Trust me, when we're walking on, there's no, and as far as I'm reading it, if you decide to quote unquote critically fail it and buy into it, there is no end to it until you decide to say like.
Until you decide to make a save.
I think
I don't
I think I read somewhere, I don't know how it works. I can't like just choose
Decide to
fail
critically
it.
fail?
I can choose to lower it by 1 degree of success.
I see.
Okay.
I
yeah.
think that's what I read.
Okay.
What? It's a will save though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough for you.
I can decrease it by 1. I do have a plus 22. What's the DC?
28.
I mean, it's up to you, Brad. Do I have to roll for it, or can I choose to fail it?
I'd say you can choose to fail. I'd say you can choose to fail, or you can roll and hope for a 1, and then choose to critically fail.
Well, I mean, you can roll under a 6. You have a 20% chance essentially to roll it.
Yeah.
Because if you roll a 1 to 5, you can't roll anything higher than a 20. You'd have to roll a 29.
No, meets it, beats it.
But that's
No, it's a save.
Yeah, with saves, meets it, beats it.
all right. Hit me with it. Where's the? Do I just roll a will save?
Well, we'll do this for Revelers. So we'll do this for the next one. John, if you are doing the
Anyways, yeah, if
the fire for fireworks as pageantry, if you want, you can roll an attack roll to see if you critically succeed. Otherwise, it's just going to be a regular success.
okay, sure.
So it's minimum a success and possibly a critical success.
I was gonna call it a nature. But sure.
Or if you want to do nature. Either one
Essentially,
works.
is essentially, you know how like you can superheat dirt and it
Yeah.
pops. Like that's
Oh,
essentially
yeah.
what plan is.
Yeah.
Clever.
Let's drop nature there.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Want a hero point?
I think I'm gonna hero
Mythic
point
point?
that one. I'll mythic point that one.
Oh yeah, mythic point.
Make it mythic.
It's mythic time.
You're good at rolling ones.
Yeah.
Apparently today. That's 3. Okay,
I
why
think
can
so.
not- I can't re-roll this.
Sometimes
Just turn on mythic and roll again.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
The duality of John.
Yes.
True.
Fail the crit success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And
much gold do we have left?
I have 800.
Okay. Never mind. I had just brainstorming. That would work.
And then we are going for the last one, which is for the revelers. So you are grabbing all the hobos that you can. So you're trying to, you can try to convince them to do it with the hopes that people will toss them coins as they're doing this. You can threaten them to with dire consequences if they don't take part, or you can try to inspire them. I'll let you do the spell as part of actually there is performing the processional, which I will let you use that spell in. That's a separate one that we'll be doing next, but for the moment, take one of these or something else that you think would help.
Lure us down to intimidate some bitches.
Hey, we're a
I am
pretty scary party.
I am bad at all of these things.
Well, I'll drop all three in. And then if there's something else you can think of, you can put it forward. Okay, 2 successes. And Fester is also going to intimidate and succeed.
I'll try.
And
Ooh.
okay, at least it's not a critical
you wanna
failure.
Make it mythic.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
It's up to you.
This is kind of going to be more roleplay heavy since you got to leave early. So,
Fair.
might as well use them up. We've only got, what, an hour and a half to play? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so...
Critical failure, so that is
Oh, but
down
you didn't
by
make it
1.
mythic. That didn't
Yeah,
make it
didn't
mythic.
I? I thought I did.
No,
Oh,
you
Should be
didn't.
plus.
I didn't click... I'm sorry, I
That's
thought
okay.
I clicked it, and I clicked something else entirely. Let's
Should
not
be
worry
plus
about it.
20, right?
Yep. Let me just... I'm sorry. One last time. My apologies.
No worries.
Whew. It's 12
There you go,
days
critical
more.
success. Alrighty then. So, preparing, how many preparation points you have? You've got 16. So, let's see. Where is it saying? Devote their effort towards bolstering. Okay. So that sets the DC of each of these. Okay. So, what it is the party works together to lead the processional through the streets of Mekatar and on a circuit around the Cinerarium. This takes 6 hours to complete as you're trying to impress both Dazan and the Celebrants faction. One character makes the primary skill check, and everyone else makes a secondary check. And I need to confirm 2E secondary casters, because that is how it's working. So, well, that doesn't help. Secondary caster, what specifically? Secondary check, maybe? So no matter the results, the ritual proceeds. Okay. Secondary casters attempt their checks before you do the primary. No matter the results, it proceeds to the primary. And so it's got the same DC. And critical success gains a +2 bonus to the primary. And this is all cumulative. And as far down as -4 penalty. And reducing the success by 1 step.
So no crit failures, guys.
Don't crit fail.
Gotcha.
Okay. What's the check?
So, we are
Is it
looking
just one check?
at. It will be 1 check. I will let. It was John who was going to do that special spell. We're looking at acrobatics, intimidation, or performance, or a lore skill.
Okay.
Whoever wants to be the primary is the primary, and then
I
yeah.
got 21 on acrobatics.
I was gonna say, what if we, yeah. I also have 21 acrobatics, but
That's crazy, by
Well,
the way. Zombie
I have-
John.
Yeah.
I have this many.
2? Yeah.
I will.
So it's one of you.
Yeah. John, you can use your spell as an automatic success, and then if you well, who wants to do the primary check? That's
We still
probably
have that.
I
Do we
feel
still
like
have that performance mask? I feel like I wish we didn't sell all of our performance shit.
right.
Oops.
Either or. What do you prefer, John?
I was gonna say, you may as well do it.
Okay.
If we're
Okay.
making
Yeah,
you're gonna have all of the ego and all of the fire. So
Yeah. Okay,
Sounds good.
so if you, Lyra, fail the will save, then I will make the spell a critical success.
Okay.
So you will still have to roll the will save, but if you fail, then it's a critical success. Otherwise, it's just a regular success.
Okay.
So that was it.
Do I just roll will, or are you gonna throw up a DC for me?
It's just a DC 28 will save because that's his DC.
What a time to hope for lows.
Yeah.
Can I turn off my item bonuses for this?
You're getting item bonuses from specific things.
I'm getting one from my bands of force and one from my size changing key.
Yeah, you can
Deselect
whatever. Yeah, deselect them and then roll, and
Okay.
that'll remove your item bonuses. Okay, that is a success. So still a success. So that is no bonus or penalty. And then an appropriate lore, such as circus lore, Mechatar lore, theater lore, or a lore associated closely to one of the processional's themes. One of them was religion. So, but that was religion for Urgathoa, so undead lore could work as a secondary check.
I think I can help with that.
As can Fester.
Excellent.
Y'all are gonna make me so pretty.
yes.
Just roll it.
Yep. I don't have anything to drop for it. Okay, that's a success.
Cool.
And that is a critical success from Fester.
Nice.
So that means that when Lyra, you roll, you get a +2 bonus.
Okay. Is there an athletics or acrobatics? Yeah. there it is.
Acrobatics, yes. I'll
So I get
drop
a
it again.
+2.
You get a +2 bonus, and you can turn your things back on.
I don't have anything for these ones, I don't think.
Okay. That is one off from a critical success.
I'm gonna re-roll it with Mythic time.
Go for it. Let's hope
Should've
for not a
just done it
critical
with-
failure.
Well, I got 3 Mythic points.
Yeah.
So I have 3 attempts.
Good luck.
I hate that I have to do this +2 every time. There we go.
There you go.
All I needed was 1.
Okay. So, this processional overwhelms and inspires onlookers, which is spurring a rumor through the city that Geb took note long enough. They swear they saw the Pharaoh, the Ghost King, on a balcony watching, observing for a few flickering moments before going back inside. So you guys get a critical success, perform the processional effect for 1 week.
Very cool.
I'd like to picture the grand finale there was Fester and Mamanga. Fester probably added some disguise to me or something, and
Yep.
Mamanga probably helped me with his thralls to like sort of
Just
like Thriller
something
style.
Yeah, why not?
Thriller with the thralls were going on.
But in your dance moves, you punch the thralls and they just explode.
Yeah.
I love it.
Explode into fire because of John, and then at the very end, I activate my flight, from my rope of electricity, and the electricity just starts coming off me as well as the flames, and I just like explode into like a supernova almost.
I love it.
And then That Girl Is on Fire starts playing.
This Lyra's on fire. Hell yeah.
All right. So, everybody is pretty psyched with this. So, this effect, for 1 week, you take a +1 circumstance bonus to diplomacy and intimidation checks attempted within Mekatar. And I did forget to change the date, so remind me after a week to change the date by 4 days.
Gotcha.
But I can change it by 6 hours. 5, 6. There we go. So, you're getting, like, onlookers throwing coins to your hobo revelers, and you've got like some grandstands outside the Cinerarium with people from various factions, and you do see some of the celebrants doing little golf claps. And yeah.
Did we clock? We heard about Gab himself. Did we clock Dizon? Was she-
You did not specifically clock her. But about a half hour as you guys are winding down from the excitement, you all hear in your heads, Geb will see you an hour after the next sundown. Meet me in the High Court, and I will escort you to him.
Damn.
Is sun already down at this point?
No, but it's talking about tomorrow evening.
Yeah. It's like, wait, is that next sundown as in like today, or next sundown as in tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
I don't know. Lyra doesn't know if she can talk back.
Sun goes down tomorrow. That's when.
Okay.
And yeah.
And sorry,
Yeah.
she said at the cinerarium.
At the cinerarium in the High Court where you first met her.
Cool. Well, is there anything else we were supposed to do in Mekatar aside from this nonsense? You know, becoming bloodlords? This is Lyra asking her companions. We haven't
I don't
seen
know.
Saldig since we came back here.
but
You
we-
have not, no. He kind of just dropped you off and then disappeared.
And we
I
haven't
feel like
spoken
that's
with
usually-
Berlin. We haven't...
Berlin is in Great Urge, so basically the other side of the country.
Yeah. Just... I mean, our current goal, like, Bloodlord is great, but our current goal is to... I mean, this is me talking to companions. What's most important here? We've been wanting to become Bloodlords, but we still need to stop the poisoning, right? It doesn't just
Well,
stop
I think we
here.
need to cultivate our title a little bit as Bloodlords so we can use our weight of authority to dig deeper into the situation, because it seems to be going pretty high if the Prime Minister of Geb is involved.
The Prime
is-
Minister.
I don't remember.
Chancellor.
Was it
The Chancellor.
Thank you.
I
Sorry.
thought you were talking about Geb himself. I'm not gonna
No.
lie.
No,
It's like, that's the title.
No,
I got you.
I know Geb is the king of Geb. Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty obvious, but like, there's the guy below him
Yeah.
is suspected to be
Grand
involved, right?
Chancellor. Yeah, that's true.
Chancellor.
How does by the way, you two wanted to become Bloodlords for some time, right? This is kind of new to me.
I mean, it's about
First.
having authority.
Do
It's
we
about getting,
like
it's about getting things done.
Berlin got like an entire manor estate in Great Urge because of it? Do we get something like that too? Or did she earn that over time? I'm unfamiliar.
I believe that was part of her estate before. She cultivated her power through economics, from my understanding. Because she's always been involved in the farming. Of the country, right? So she owns a large portion of land already, and that is why the farm that we were given, or the mansion that we were given, was on one of her prior properties.
Yeah.
Something I forgot about this entire time. Lyra, I guess, would have been going out in the middle of the night to suck people off.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Momonga is so happy he doesn't have to eat or drink. I mean, I know as a skeleton you normally would, but that's that little thing. It's great.
Yeah.
And there probably would have been.
So how hard is she sucking these people off? Is she like taking them out,
When you say
or
it like that, it just sounds weird. No,
right?
no.
Or is
just
she
enough
just
to-
yeah?
She's not trying to kill anyone. She's
Right.
just trying to satiate herself.
Okay.
Sate herself. But we've been here for a couple months. During that time, I feel like she probably would have went after her companions in the middle of the night at least once.
Okay.
So at some point during the night, while you guys are sleeping, you might have woken up the next day feeling a bit out of it, or maybe you caught me. I don't know. If you want to do some contested rolls on that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Because that, see here. What would that be?
I mean, I guess for me it's stealth, right?
Stealth versus perception, yeah. Or
Not stealth
it could
shit.
be perception against your stealth DC, which is stealth plus 10.
Stealth plus 10?
Is your DC, and then they have to roll against that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have a 4 stealth, so. I thought I took.
The critical success.
So one night, Mamanga, you caught Lyra sneaking into your chambers.
You know, I don't have the parts for this to be exciting anymore.
Right?
You'll notice that, like, Lyra's sweating, like, feverishly, and, like, she's got ticks, a little bit of ticks.
You
And
know,
she's sort of like, no hard feelings on this?
try Fester. You hear that? You hear that sound of that bus? He just got thrown underneath.
Lyra needs to work on her stealth, is what she's learning.
I mean, Momonga's decently perceptive, so you know.
But yeah, I don't know if the others want to resist me getting into their heads. Fester or John.
Yeah, well, because Momonga would definitely like. I'm glad.
John, you don't have memories of before you were dead,
No.
right?
No. And that is one of the reasons why I'm becoming a Blood Warrior, is to track down that.
The place
Well,
where
there's
you were raised.
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know how this works, if it's a memory that he can remember or just any random memory might spread up.
It would be. I think it would be memories that he's got access to.
Okay. Well, Lyra's coming after John next.
Weird.
We'll save that for another day, though.
Okay.
Yeah. But Lyra would have been dealing with a lot of random people that weren't as perceptive as Momonga, so a lot of random citizens.
That's fair.
So there might be rumors going around about a brain-sucking vampire.
Yeah. There's
It's
rumors
probably
about a
someone else.
Velarana who seems to be taking people without purchasing contracts on them.
Sucking brains without consent.
Yeah.
Sucking head without consent.
Could have been anyone, guys.
It could have been anyone. Oh.
All right. And Brandon,
You know what would be funny?
how long do you have?
What time is? 10 minutes.
About 10? Okay, so we won't
Yeah,
get into the next
sorry.
big we won't get into the next big thing. We'll wait for next week.
I'm so sorry.
No, all good.
No problem.
Yeah, I was
Take care of
hopeful that they would not actually be like, yeah, we need you tomorrow, but they dashed my hopes and dreams today.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, yeah, we can just get into more Player RP? Because you were... I cut you off, so...
Oh, I'm just saying. I wonder how Lyra would feel about, you know, if she just like needs that brain juice, but that if she just like were to never mind about that anymore. I joke. That's a terrible spell.
I mean, good luck. That's all I can say. What is it? A will save?
Actually, I think it is a will save. Yeah, it is a will.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I have a plus 22, and I think I make success into crit success.
Nice.
Yeah, no. I don't like. She would still feel the urge, I assume, but maybe not know why.
Maybe. So are you making her trying to make her completely forget that she's a Veterana vampire?
I don't know if my manga was actually gonna try to.
Or just a joke?
No.
Okay.
Just a joke. He's like, you came into my room after what little memories I have. What's appropriate here?
To be clear, Lyra doesn't steal memories; she just shares them.
Oh well, manga doesn't necessarily know that.
And then makes you stupefied the next day. So.
Yeah.
What more do I look at me? I'm bones. What more do I have to lose?
It's true. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is good. Is good.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, you know how I made that ring last time, and I said I put a spell in it. I did mark down what spell stored in it.
Okay. And which spell is that?
Foreboding.
No, never mind. Don't mind about it, Brad.
It's never mind.
Never mind about it. Don't worry about it. I might have taken get hit with that a little personal.
I bet. Yeah, that was pretty scary, eh? That was luckily you're mythic and could re-roll that.
Yeah.
I had to use all three of them.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
That was brutal.
Well, I rolled worse the second time.
Yeah.
Back into a little bit of RPing.
Yes.
Lyra will. Lyra's. Again, Lyra hasn't wanted to be a Bloodlord since before. Long ago, since Illid.
Yeah. It was when Mitch died.
When Mitch died is when she was. So she doesn't know a lot of what's going on. Is it normal for Geb himself to grace the Bloodlords as they're being initiated? This is asking Momonga and John.
I don't know if Momonga knows that.
That would be society.
Yeah, let's find out.
I feel like
it feels odd to Lyra.
Yeah.
Or at least it feels odd to Thomas.
That's fair. Yeah.
So let me reopen. Did I?
Yeah, just because.
No,
I've slowly been trying to work, figure out what Momonga should be, and I think I've got a lock on it. But just above table, he has some memories of before, and he's just been sort of slowly finding his way in Geb, and deciding what he wants to do. So not quite sure. We haven't really settled on how long he's been in there though. So sorry, I know. Backstory on the go. I apologize.
It is. Let me see. There is a. Come on, keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Okay, so there's not a specific thing about it, unless it's way down in the third part. It is, I believe, in this part. So you get the feeling that it's not exactly typical. But it's like not unheard of, but it's not usual.
Okay, so yeah.
Did a good job, son.
Yeah, so yeah, Mongo, he'll just be like, yeah, it sometimes happens. You know.
We must be either an exceptional case
Or
just coincidental timing.
mhm.
He's in town for it.
Yep.
Yeah. We slammed that procession though. Good work to everyone.
Yeah.
Fester goes for high fives.
Well, sure, why not?
The T-car high five them.
Yeah. T-Car throws a dish at his hand.
Yeah, we'll do a group high five, I'm sure. Jump in the air, freeze frame.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
without getting
Yeah.
into the next phase, I think that's pretty much it.
I think so. Brandon's got to get out of here, so I'm
sorry.
That's all right. I'm gonna transfer over to working on a Baldur's Gate 3 Pathfinder mod, trying to get all the equipment in. Someone else is doing runes, so I don't have to work on all that bullshit, and another person's doing wands, so that's a little less I will have to work on as well.
There's a lot of wands.
Yeah.
There are, but there's a hell of a lot of everything else. All the specific armors and all the specific shields and weapons.
God bless.
There's a lot.
God's word.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be fun though, and I've gotta learn how to recolor stuff because like there's no like fishing lure that I can use for the combat fishing pole. There's fishing poles, but there's no lures. So I had to take the little piece of shit that I think the goblin tries to feed you or something in the goblin village. That asshole
The
goblin.
literal piece of dung.
It's a literal piece of shit. So
Yeah.
I'm taking that, but now I have to learn how to recolor stuff that isn't armor, because armor you can do like that. Everything else you can't. So it's currently a fishing lure that is a chunk of shit.
Nice.
But
Classy.
yeah. But it's interesting. I've got like the frying pan for the halflings. That's like it's a deadly D8. It's a D4 club with a deadly D8. So, oof.
Nice. Cool.
One day I'll be able to play. Like I've been every great now and then I've been chipping away at that with my brothers. And then one day I'll play more. It seems fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for Magic Mushrooms Mead. I think the guys are going to hop off. I'm going to switch to the ending screen and let that run through, and then I will change my scenes and come back with some White Bat audio and open up Steam and all that jazz. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you in a minute or two.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you next time, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Now gather round, ye people, and I'll sing to you a verse of heroes and adventure, both dramatic and diverse, but mostly of a man whom banks and husbands would both curse, a man who you could argue really only made things worse. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, but always finding trouble. A kind victim of circumstance, a man of noble deeds, a fierce yet gentle lover who can satisfy your needs. A gentleman of fortune, spreading cheer and spreading seed, and pissing off some folks that he would better off appease. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware that he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, or so it seems, are always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Now Greg, he was a slippery bastard, devious and sly, thought nothing of betrayal, doing theft and telling lies. He owes a lot of money down in Little Tiggle Eye, and his shadow's soul and lungs are owned by various evil guys. Heavy in debt and on the run, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and trying to fool a dragon. Cause Greg, he likes to gamble, likes to fuck and likes to drink, and cards and dick and alcohol have brought him to the brink. If enemies and friends alike he's able to hoodwink, then maybe he can make it through without going extinct. Missing an eye and missing a lung, huge of cock and silver of tongue, trying his best to get back to square one, and probably aware he's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, that always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. Greg was at his lowest ebb, he thought that he was done, wandering through the sewers soaked in shit and piss and cum. But listen when I tell you, for you must remember this: no matter how bad things appear, always bet on Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, that always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss. He's Greg Piss, the foe of marital bliss. His plans and schemes, also it seems, that always hit or miss. He's Greg Piss, always one step from the abyss. He'll make a deal, he'll cheat, he'll steal, the danger to dismiss.
There, okay. And I am back. Microphone's working. And oh. Well, whatever. Discord's being wonky, but yeah. Any thoughts?
I guess I feel like it. I don't know. It may or may not depend on who raised me.
Right. So,
because the first thought is, or one of the thoughts is broken chain.
Okay.
And just fighting against the control of that whoever fucking killed me and raised me.
Right.
Where do I still have? I swear I still had that. Oh yeah. Do you have the fucking thing that I wrote about my pre-life?
I don't think so. I think you had it in your old character sheet that I accidentally deleted before going to that last page. I'm really sorry about that still.
It's
I
fine.
was literally thinking about it earlier
I'm-
today.
I'm glad I kept this away. I kept this in a spot.
Did you write it in your journal?
No, it's in a notepad.
Ah, okay.
Hashtag nerd things. Here, I'm just gonna send.
Alrighty. And I'm just going to live and here and additional music.
It wouldn't let me send it as a fucking message, so it made me send it as a text document.
Lovely. It's too long, so it's got to be text.
Yeah, I didn't realize how long it was. Actually, I think that probably works best.
Kasey at Whitebad Audio. Tabletop RPG music and just finishing that up. Okay. And shrink that. And open up this. Nope, wrong one. Open up this to take a look at. Ooh. I didn't even know that you had a full name previously. Ooh, and some extra stuff. I'm liking this.
It's solid. I totally forgot. I knew that I had this written somewhere, and I honestly am just refreshing my memory on writing all of this.
Okay, so
Broken Chain works quite well.
yeah. So I was originally thinking of either Godling or Prophesized Monarch, but Broken
That's fair.
Chain will work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Monarch one could work too, but I think it was more of a, from what I have written.
Yeah,
Broken
I think
Chain.
Broken Chain will definitely work. I'll have to have another
Elegant
full
Fire.
read of that. All right.
Yeah, I remember putting all this stuff together, but like, just
Yeah.
it's been a while since I went and actually looked at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Not sure if you want to stick around as I'm working on this
I'm
mod,
no,
or if
I'm
you're
gonna
hopping off.
hop out too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, good luck. Sounds like you're making some solid progress on it. So
I am trying to make some solid progress. Yeah.
let me know when it's done, because maybe I'll have to come in and play it.
I sure will. If I can find. Oh, did I close that as well? Oh, I closed that and didn't add stuff. Fuck. Fuck. I lost all my tabs that had a whole shitload of stuff. Fuck. Oh well. Back to Baldur's Gate Wiki and see where I last was. Hedge Wanderer armor. At least I know slightly where I was.
Have a good night, Brad.
Alright, yeah, you too.
Bye.
But okay, so Yes, I've got that to open. Oh, and of course, because this is maximized, I've got no camera. That shrink, there we go. And there, I still have camera, good. Okay, so I'm going to make this up to here, and then bring this over to here so I can see the chat, but I can't see the screen. So I shall not know if something is covering it. But, let's also open up camp clothing and clothing, but mostly armor right now. So I got 2 hedge. I got past drow and penumbral. Yeah, penumbral's way up there. Shade, spider silk, landfall. Okay, I got way past that. Elegant studded, then damaged, and vengeance, dark justiciar mail, hedge wanderer. There we go. So on to luminous, slippery, bark skin, dark justiciar half plate, elven chain. Okay, the jolty vest, adamantine scale, very rare half plate, sharpened snare cuirass, protective plate, devotion, citadel, splint, flawed, rippling force, splint, resistance, blackguard, yada yada yada, and Helldusk, and then legacy content. Pretty sure that these are that the legacy content is still in the other list, but I'm not 100% sure. So, is this gonna come up? Yes. Luminous. Currently, all I'm doing is just adding this stuff so that I've got it, and then I will be doing actual updates to them afterward. Some of them already have updates from Instant Mirage, doing the normal, doing the base Pathfinder mod, but not all of them are. And once I've got all these in, I will look at, oh, that's Elven Chain. Okay, there we go. I'll look at a few other things. Magic eating plate. There's only like 15 or 20 more to go through. Oh, give me the whole thing. Okay, back to here to see. This is okay. It's backwards. Devil's Blacksmith scale. And oh, and then I go and close that. unwanted masterwork scale mail. In the system is Devil's Blacksmith scale mail. Huh. Serpent scale armor. Let's put this back on because my wrist is starting to hurt. Okay, so this is one that Instant Mirage has already done because it had the Pathfinder 2nd edition, this one as well. I will still put these in and then I'll just delete them later. Nope, Shadowheart, Justiciar, Half Plate. Just take out Shaw Shadowheart. Nope, that's not enough. It's Dark Justiciar. So there we go. So Instant Mirage did this one, but not the previous, the rare Dark Justiciar Half Plate. Yeah, she didn't do that one, but she did this one. Interesting. Alright, protective plates. Dwarven Splint. Lesser Infernal Plate. There we go. Rippling Force Mail. So out of these, there have already been a couple where it actually helped me find how I can do certain things for other items. Just because I found it and I was like, oh, it has this specific thing. Let me see, and then I absolutely see, oh, it's easy to do by just copying this. Death Knight armor. Pardon me. Okay. There. Okay, Ketheric armor and Ketheric body B. So this one's gonna be separate. Some of these might be things that I think to myself, oh, maybe I should add Breastplate. Just regular breastplate body. But it's a Githyanki breastplate. And has that. Okay. This is leather. No, not leather red. Leather body. Bandit A. Is there a B? No. I'm pretty sure I've got drow studded leather. Yes. Okay, just the one. Okay. So, why this one? No idea. Druidic armor. Okay. Alright. A2 leather body druid. Leather body druid. And there are 4 of these. Orange, purple, and red. Underscore orange, underscore purple, underscore red. Go. Orange, purple. That's how you spell purple. And red. There we go. And I'm assuming Githyanki half-plate isn't going to be in here. Nope. So back to this. And this one's got 3. Half-plate body Githyanki. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Arm, half-plate body, Githyanki. B, and then C. And then I go B and C. Then some ironwood armor. Yep. She's got that. But she doesn't have this one. So they apparently took scale mail out. Torment Drinker's armor. Oh, I've already got Githyanki half-plate. Okay. In that case, delete that one. Don't have any other... no. Yeah, Githyanki half-plate right there. Half-plate body Githyanki. Okay, I scrolled too quickly. I thought it was the other armor there. Night Song. Is plate body 1. Night Song's armor, arm, Night Song. And then Night Singers. Oh, Dark Justiciar half plate. And that is not the correct UID. Alright, and robust chain shirt, and there we go. So, that is all of that. I did robes, simple robes, sorcerer robes. Okay. Time, Blood Guzzler, Cloth, Poisoner. Okay, so there's a bunch of regular clothing. To make some possible changes to. I assume Instant Mirage has already done most of these, but we shall see. Legacy, spell resist, simple robe. Okay. Alrighty, and then monk magic armor. Uninhibited Kushiko. Bided time. And Blood Guzzler. Regular cloth armor. So, violence, low HP violence. Okay. Interesting. This item is a copy of the Blood Guzzler garb with a different name and inventory icon. Okay. Poisoner's robe I know I've come across a few times. Just spider queen. Summer. Cloth of Authority. Drunken Cloth. So I am going to be coming back to all of these. I think I've said it already, but just so I'm saying shit, I am going to be coming back to all of these. They are in a special category of stuff that needs to be reviewed. And updated. They also don't have the underscores in the name, which is going to help me to remember that they need fixing. Mutilated carapace. Interesting. I have not gotten far enough to kill her yet. Shelter of Athkala. Protectee Sparkswall. Vaconia's Priestess Robe. Yeah. See, a bunch of these haven't been touched by what's her name? How did I forget her name? I've said it like 10 times already this stream. Robe. Of Arcanic Defense. Robe of Supreme Defenses. Endgame Caster Robe. Robe of the Weave. Gain +1 to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Whenever you succeed a saving throw, regain 1d6 hit points. That does not sound like an endgame item. AC +2. That doesn't seem like endgame. Not in, like... Not when they're +3 weapons and shit. I guess this does only go up to +2, except for the, like, 2 or 3, 2 or 3 +3 legendary weapons. Umberly Regeneration. Robe. And simple robe. Yes, I did all of these, I believe, as... Oh, maybe I didn't do all of them. Fist robe. Cult of the Absolute robe. And robe 1. It's just robe body, but with robe 1 UID. And this is just simple robe, Gale, simple robe, Flaming Fist, simple robe, Absolute, and simple robe, Protectee model. Okay. Camp clothing. Oh boy. Underwear. Okay. Grab to make into additional what I'm gonna do actually is make these into explorers clothing, explorers clothing camp. No. Core. Which is these 4. I may have used this possibly. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong spot. There we go. So this row is going to be dark blue. Poor homely clothes. Camp refugee. Refugee gray. And I'm pretty sure I've got some of these up there, so I will fix that. Okay, so yes, that is the correct one. Green. And oh, just plain refugee. Is okay, that's camp body. Okay. Alright, so let's copy that. And this is now medium. Minimalist leather binding get up that clings to the skin. That is not explorer's clothing that can really protect you. Oh, and I don't need the trousers. I'm pretty sure these all come with thingamajiggers, yeah. Okay, vanity. Body. Shirt red. Okay. And blue. Cozy blue. Mellow black. Body shirt black. Rustic dark. Something because I did that wrong, but so that's camp body. Just this rustic dark, and this is scruffy vagabond. Slightly different. Okay, and then this is going to be purple. Body citizen purple. No, this isn't citizen. This is body shirt purple. For a snug purple shirt. And then this is just green. Body rich shirt. Snugglesome green shirt. Alrighty. Then we go into citizen. Swarthy wayfarer. So citizen black. Citizen purple. comfortable autumnal outfit. So, regular, just citizen. Spring Slim Fit. That's Camp Citizen B. Zitty. Body Citizen B is Camp Citizen B. Perfect. And Swarthy, Camp Citizen C Blue. Swarthy Wayfarer in blue. And Citizen C Regular. Swarthy Wayfarer in green. Cream. And Citizen C Green. Swarthy Wayfarer. And Citizen C Red. And then Citizen B Teal. There we go. Slim Fit outfit. Next is Rich. So eventually these are going to be Explorer's clothing. I'll probably keep the same name and just call it Explorer's. Maybe use the parent of Explorers and then use the root template and the name, and that will do something, I think. Yeah, let's just go back and forth between these two blues. And anarchic, backless extravaganza. Is that a Yowza shirt? Bunch of raffish and solemnity. Splendid. Okay. Rich D Blue. And D White. I am gonna have to do some hats. I did do a bunch of hats. This kind of looks like Halson's shirt. Only it doesn't have a back. I see. That's why it's called backless. It doesn't have a back. B. Rich F. Blue. Let's just reopen this. Okay. It was not specifically blue, but this one is. And Rich F normal is diamond patterned garb. fastidiously perfect. Rich B1. Rich E, green pink. Lionheart, green pink. Regular old Rich E. And then Richie Teal. And Rich G. Oh. Rich G. Red. Let's go like that. Because I know that I'm gonna have a bunch of these. This is Rich G. And this one is also just Rich G. Raffish Garb and Raffish Chestnut. Okay. And Raffish Bright. And Raffish Black. I think that the chestnut is probably supposed to be brown, not just regular G. Because brown isn't being used. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the brown one is what it's supposed to be. So, Raffish, Chestnut, Raffish Garb. I got those backwards, but I can move them. Metallic Shaded. And Midnight. And then move you down one. There we go. Now you're in order. Solemnity. Rich G2. Regular old Rich G2 for Solemnity. And then we've got G Blue, White, Green, and Purple. Blue, White, Green, and Purple. Let's turn off horizontal scroll sync. Okay. Hop back here. Gold medallions. In green and in purple. Splendid beige. Beige. And then splendid blue. Splendid gold. Oh, no, that's Rich A's. This is Rich C. Okay, and then rich A gold. There is no rich A gold. So where does this come in? It's just rich. And then green is rich, probably rich or rich green. Nope. Let's check. Rich green is also just rich. And splendid is also rich A. Which is just rich. Interesting. And purple is rich B. Okay, there we go. And rich C, red. And then splendid teal is rich A teal. Which is just regular old rich. Okay. Interesting. I don't understand the naming conventions here. They're all identical. Okay. And now patriarchs. Aristocrat, and then unsorted. Don't need shoes. Although I might need something for other boots and shit later, but currently I don't. So, patriarchs. Pardon me again. Just patriarchs. Red. And I assume it's going to be the same patriarchs. Green. Green, yep. And black. And regular. And blue. There we go. Opalescent. Magnificently realized ensemble. Eminent obsidian. Eminent emerald. And city of brass. Look at that. Now, aristocrats. So let's color this back to, no, I guess back to blue. And aristocrat brown. Oh, it went 2 chocolatiers. Sweetly tailored. It's the second one. Regular aristocrat, so that makes this one white. There we go. Winter Gala. Doublet. Sweetly tailored outfit. And chocolatier style doublet. Okay, and then unsorted, absolute, circus, drow, elegant, and mesmerizing. Okay. Vanity body cultist. Is that correct? Arm camp cultist absolute. Vanity body cultist. This needs one above. Oh! Gesundheit. Whew. Unsorted. And color you other blue. Okay. And circus A. Cloak, gloves, boots, ring, circus hat, shoes, body. This says body A, and that's body A. There we go. And camp drow. Vanity body drow. Elegant robe. Well, that one's got the right ID. And then circus B. There we go. That is all the clothing, except I don't think that I did Minsk or Minthara. Let's go up here to see my explorer's clothing. So I've got shirt, I've got Asterion. Oh, that's Gale's robe, so I don't need that robe. That's Halcyon. That's Lae'zel. Okay, so I do have Minthara. That is Shadowheart, and then that was it. Okay. So I can get rid of and go down here. I can get rid of robe, simple robe, Gale. And oh no, that's the robe. That's not his camp garb. Never mind. So I don't need that. Karlax are not good for this. So we need Chihira, Will, and Minsk. But Shadow Hearts are... Or no, not Shadowheart, Karlax. Hers are like torn apart. So yeah, that's definitely not something that you can wear to keep yourself together. And then I want the Chatterbox Tabard. So I'll put these under unsorted. So, Camp Body Jaheira, good. And Will. It's not protecting his arms, but it's clothing. Same with Minsk, not protecting his arms. I still haven't figured out how to... I still haven't gotten Minsk back either. DLC Twitch... Is that in there? Oh, maybe not. Oh, I guess I don't have... I don't have the deluxe? How do I not have the deluxe edition? Well, never mind. Never mind on that one. Get rid of that. Okay. That is all of the camp clothing. Next, I am going to need... Okay, let's go in some form of order. Let's go more clothing with cloaks. Then we'll do footwear and handwear. Shields should come before the others. Then headwear. Headwear. Then let's go instruments, amulets, rings. Then I can get to ammunition and coatings, elixirs, grenades later. But for the time being, let's go to shields. And do I have shields? I do not. Okay. So, underscore shields. And this will be olive green, or green and then olive green and back and forth. So, there's not too many. Shield of Returning. Ooh. Fossil, iron, metal, organic, rusty, scrap wood, shield. That's going to be bunch, spiked, studded, training, wooden, warboard, gloomstrand, glowing, ironbind, safeguard, real sparky sparkwall, watcher woodwode, absolute adamantine, justiciar, ketheric, sentinel, scorching reprisal, shield of shielding, abdel, devotion, Undevote, Swire, Viconia, Returning, Enforcer, and Hope. There we go. So, the Broken Shield. Shield broken. Oh, she put that in there. I wonder what she did with broken. Oh, I guess it gives an armor class of 1, so she probably did something similar. Fossilized. Drow Shield is the Iron Banded. Drow Shield. Metal Shield, Organic, Rusty, Scrapwood, and Regular. Okay. Well, let's take a look in here. Oh, wrong spot. Just Shield Flaming Fist. It's arm. That's the problem because they put the wrong thing. Fuck off. Arm. There we go. That is a metal shield. And a... There we go. And Rusty Studded. Scrapwood. Goblin Shield D0 not approved. So this is just regular shield. Shield, but this one is Scrapwood. Oh, let's Control-Shift-T because there are more than one of these. A, B, and E. D, A. It's D, A, and E. Okay. Fuck off. Just make sure, just a regular shield and just a regular shield. Okay. So, D, A, E. Okay. This is probably going to be just regular old shield as well. Yup. Oh no, shield D. Oh. Nope, that's goblin shield. Okay. She doesn't have shield D. She probably put them all under the same thing. But I want to make sure. E and Death Knight. Regular shield. Why does shield look like it's spelled wrong? I before E. I know it's correct, but it looks so fucking wrong. Let's go here. Oh no, it's just a quiet part of the song. Alright. So this one is that. This one is that. This one is that. Okay, spiked shield, there's only one. This needs a shield bash or something, but it is a regular old shield. And then studded is shield A, which I bet is going to be regular shield. Arm shield. Okay, and then training shield, I'm assuming is going to be, oh, maybe, because this one's only +1. Is toy. Toy shield, and then it's training. And, oh, man. Shit, I got something in my eye. Okay, so I need wooden shields. C, B, and Duergar. Okay. Oh. So this is C0 regular. B0 regular. And regular. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. It's probably way more work than needs doing. But, you know, I want to make sure that they're all available. C, B, Duergar, and then move you up. There we go. Absolute's Warboard. Gob, Priest Shield. Okay, so she did that one. And that one. And my ears are starting to ring. I think now the music is over. Now the music's over. Wipe out audio, copyright safe. Perfect. Okay, I am on there. Good. So glowing shield. I got. And Iron Vine. See, these ones she hasn't gotten to. The real Sparky Sparkswall. Shield of Watcher. Melee debuff. Shield. Shield of Shielding. Okay, Shield of Hope doesn't exist. No, House of Hope. Prior to patch 6. Did they completely remove it from here? They may have. Yeah, nothing for Hope. Okay. In that case, we are on to cloaks. Olive green. Because cloaks are... There's so few cloaks. So few cloaks. See, I got this one. So why is it that I don't have the deluxe? Is this not a deluxe edition one as well, or just pre-order? Or because I have a Destiny save. Not Destiny. Divinity. Red Prince. Okay, cloak, cloak, cloak. Yes, these are all the same one. So I grabbed cloak, and then cloak long C2. And cloaks. Okay, it's 9:30. I'm probably going to say goodbye. Base armor cloaks. What the hell? That's arm cloak. Oh, that's base arm cloaks 2. No, there's just the one. Facemaker's Boutique. Yep, it's this one. They just put a 002 for no reason. Armor, cloak. So that one. So this is cloak. Cloak, long C. And cloak base. So let's swap those two. Then got cinder moth cloak. I don't think she's touched cloaks yet at all, so this is going to work out for me. Cloak of cunning broom. Wet cloak. I'll just get to the end of cloaks and then say goodbye, because this is such riveting content that all of my probably 0, maybe 1 viewers are just on the edge of their seats for it. Pardon me. Deathstalker Mantle. Endgame Caster Cloak. Just regular cloak. Maybe if I spelled it correctly. Same. Yep. Brain Drain Cape. Alright, then on to footwear. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us earlier. I hope you enjoyed this riveting content for the last hour, the hour and a half that I've had. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the 15 minutes of talking about shit while I was going through a bunch of technical difficulties as well. Yeah, thanks for joining. We will see you again next week. I think we're missing one player for sure. If we're missing a second one, it's going to be more of this. Maybe some mapping, because I am behind on mapping the next book. I'm trying to stay one book ahead. So we shall see. But thanks for joining. We'll see you next week. Either way.